Welcome back. This is my first Sorare video where we are going to go through what we've done with limited cards. So, I'm just learning, we're figuring out. This was just a test one just to see what would happen. I did not care about this at all, and this is, the championship is like 4 weeks or something, right? And I've literally done 1 week, so yeah, we're very far behind. Couldn't care less. It was just a test just to see how it all works and everything like that. Not many games in the middle of the week. We focused on Stuttgart, who actually did very well against Celtic, which was predicted. Low scores defensively, so it didn't really help. Gyökeres didn't do much against Wolves. I thought he might do better. I knew Villarreal would probably win, but I wanted to go against them and just see what would happen, and this is what happened. So it was a bit of a mess. But moving into the week that is just finished, the rewards are coming out in about 5 hours when I'm recording this. This was the 3 teams, and this was me testing out exactly who would start, who wouldn't start, and all this type of stuff. So I didn't understand. I didn't know if any of these keepers were going to start. Obviously, Foray did. I've got a lot of the older cards like Cole Bassett, Josh Atencio. We've got a lot of Colorado players, so annoyingly, as you know about, if you know and follow it, Sam Vines has been released by, or bought out by Colorado Rapids, so he may go somewhere else. But I've got the one of 1,000 there, so we're low below the 340 score. But I do actually have a bit of hope that we could potentially hit that 340 when we get into the next week. But I'll show you that in a second. Premier League. The one time I don't captain Haaland, he gets a goal involvement, so you know how it is. Overall, not great. Obviously, captain the wrong people. Red card for Fofana and a penalty conceded by Wharton. It couldn't. The only 2 negative things that happened with the 10 players I picked happened with my captain. So you know, good fun times. We did hit the 360 mark with this PSG team. I wasn't taking common that seriously recently, just because obviously sets come out and all this stuff. I think I'm going to start taking it a bit more serious again, because we actually had some decent results overall. Like, that's not bad. Finished 6th as well, which is crazy. Again, what happened to Atletico Madrid's defense, I don't know, but we had a pretty solid midfield. I picked well there. I just didn't pick well otherwise, and I think this is one thing that I need to learn from, is just trying to spread it out a bit more. Obviously, sometimes you get teams like the Valverde and Carreras where they're both doing fantastic, and you expect that, of course. But obviously, we could then split it around, because if I had, for example, Valverde, Carreras, Baena, or Rigeri in like one of these positions, we'd be doing way better. So we'll see. 400 was always going to be a reach. As I said, I wasn't taking it seriously, and I think that's what fucked me up, because if I had taken this a bit more seriously, I would have potentially got closer, because it wasn't an awful score from the outright here. So I think that's one thing I've learned for me to do. This was a test again to see who was going to be playing and all this other stuff. Like, obviously Sam Vines had no game. He was just a backup keeper because I used the other keepers in the MLS. Again, captaining the wrong person. Nico Seago with a red card. Brilliant. This middle one, yeah, whatever it is. And then this one was actually pretty solid. We just got let down by Fernandez, really. We actually looked pretty good. So obviously, if we're looking here, Foray, Reggie Cannon, Alex Harris, Cole Bassett, Josh Atencio, Yappi. Oh, no, that's game week. Sorry, wrong one. You see, we've moved them all towards it. So Rosenberry probably should play. Tyler Boyd came on as a sub, and I expect him potentially because of the rotation. Reggie Cannon is honestly the starter. Foray started the first game, and Cole Bassett. And then this Jackson Travis came on as a sub. He didn't play. He came on as a sub, did start. So you have 2 potential lineups, depending on obviously the rotation and all this other stuff. And this is just in case we randomly, like, they play, because Jamar Ricketts had a fantastic game last week. Oh, let me click him actually, because last week he got 91 because he got an assist against SKC. Moving on to set, you will see we're currently in the 3rd place here. This one was a write-off. I was so confident that this one here was a write-off, because these all played before and then he came. And then I don't know what happened, but this was just an insane captain pick. 16 points away, honestly. Ramiro and Seba let me down. This one I had a lot of faith in, because who expected Chelsea to concede to fucking Burnley? It actually worked out in the end because we were above target, similar to this one, but like it was confusing as hell. And as well as this one, we were way below. It just is what it is. If you hear the beeping, I do apologise. This one all came down to Ndai, and he had two massive defensive parts right here that bumped him straight up. It was a dual one and a defending, and it just threw me well above the target, and it was on the line, literally going up and down by about 1 or 2 points every time. Overall, these ones weren't horrendous picks. This one more so. This was just me trying to try to get a quick win. But we weren't actually that far away. And we move on to this next bit, which today we have this game. I do have Ramsdale as well, so I'm going to keep an eye on the tactics and obviously the lineups and see. But I think Newcastle will score a lot. I think they're going to do a lot of rotation, and I've got a lot of the rotational players. But then obviously at the same time, Crystal Palace on Thursday, if these two don't hit, they have a good game, and they only drew 1-1 away. Wharton having an awful game, and he lost me my last streak. So hopefully I think Crystal Palace will go full strength, and I think they'll probably have a very strong back line. So Munoz, Richards, and Dean Henderson. With it's either going to be Wharton or Kamada I'm going to put here, but I'm pretty confident with my Celta pick in Svedberg. This I'm going to change before it happens, because I know that this is going to be, these three probably are locked in, but Carvajal and Chevalier I might change at the last second, but we'll see. But at the moment we're at the 10 gem mark. I would definitely need some gems, because in our missions we are very close to hitting a few of them, but we're low. We're very low. We need to get some more. I think our closest collection is Burnley. Who the fuck wants Burnley to be the honestly? But we are getting a pretty good overall basis. We've still got 26 days, so what's that, about 3 weeks, 3 and a bit weeks, so we'll see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and then the next one we will be going through all this MLS team, and I do think that one of these two teams has a chance of hitting that 340 target, and I'm not set up anything for midweek yet.